In the modern world, it's easy to surround ourselves with our familiar comforts and technology. This is why it's important to retreat to the mighty woodlands and marvel at the majesty of Mother Nature. From towering trees to splendid waterfalls, forests offer more than just nature. There's improved mental health, a clearer mind, and sometimes random, mysterious, discarded items. From abandoned trains to derelict cars, these findings are equal parts cryptic, alluring, and, let's not forget, creepy. Here are some of those strange discoveries that will either fascinate you or leave you scratching your head and wondering, what on earth happened here? Either way, they're all worth scrolling through. One. Now that's a strange house. How would you feel if you went walking in the woods and happened to stumble upon this strange-looking house? Well, in the woods of Wisconsin, behind a fence, lies this sinister-looking structure with geometric patterns. At first glance, it looks like a magnificent work of craftsmanship. But why is it out here in the woods? Looks like this house has been sitting idle for a while now, even if the door is open. As tempting as it might be to enter, we're not quite sure we'd go in. You never know what you might find in there, or even if it's safe to go inside. 2. When the dishes pile up. Looks like someone forgot to do the dishes. Driving through the back roads of Pennsylvania, this guy came across a strange white mountain. When he came closer, he realized that the mountain was actually a massive pile of ceramic dishes and teacups that had been left in the middle of the woods. Where do they come from, and why were they dumped here? Nobody knows, but it sure is a bizarre thing to find in the middle of the woods. Seems quite wasteful to dump so much out in nature. Sadly, people do this cause it's easier to sort out and sell. 3. Rainbow Bridge. Have you ever wanted to honor your pets that have passed on to the next life? Well, this tree serves as a memorial for all those loyal companions who crossed the Rainbow Bridge. Just look at the many good boys and girls who have had the collars tied around this tree. It truly is heartwarming to see the sweet way some humans honor their furry friends who are no longer with them. They bring so much joy to our lives by just being in them. So be sure to cherish them, not only once they pass but also while they're still alive and well. 4. Maybe it's a portal. Forests and woods are more than just scenic trees and sprawling meadows filled with butterflies. Sometimes, you stumble upon this strange-looking passageway like this one. From the looks of it, it's made out of tree branches. And we think we know what you're thinking cause we're thinking the same thing. Clearly, this footpath is not just a wooded passage. It's a portal to another dimension. Or perhaps it could just be that someone with a lot of time on their hands managed to pull this off and create this incredible walkway using only branches and trees. Either way, it's pretty incredible. 5. A Little Homage. Deep in the forest surrounding 100-acre wood lives a good-natured little bear you might know as Winnie the Pooh. Now, many have gone searching for this little yellow-furred bear, but only a few can say they found his little den. Maybe if you're lucky enough, you will find it too. We don't know where that is exactly, but it must have been built by an avid fan to remember this honey-loving friend. We wonder if knocking on the door would mean Winnie the Pooh would come out with a jar of honey. Probably not, but we can dream, can't we? 6. Rainbow River. Most of the time, natural landscapes stick to a simple formula. Green fields, blue oceans, that kind of thing. But sometimes, you'll go and explore your local forest and find that nature is also open to more artistic interpretations, like this milky lake surrounded by trees that looks like a melted rainbow. Is there a place more otherworldly than the rainbow-colored lake? It's just about the most magical thing we've ever seen. We're even starting to wonder if this photo was taken on Earth or some other planet. Well, if you ever needed proof that Mother Nature is an artist, this psychedelic masterpiece is it. 7. A Precious Pendant. We've all lost something important. Whether it's a sentimental love letter or a trivial receipt that we thought we might need but didn't, a precious locket that was passed down as an heirloom, it happens. Sometimes, the item is found by someone luckier than us and posted online. Perhaps the rightful owner will see it online and claim, but more often than not, millions of other people will gawk at it and wonder if they'll ever find that special something that meant so much to them when they were younger. If that's you, then you better start looking. 8. Parking in the woods. You can't park there, sir, is something we'd say if we ever pass by a car like this. But if you've ever tried finding parking while living in a city, then you'll know what a nightmare it is. But once you travel to the country, you'll be amazed at all the free spaces everywhere. Well, it seems that this guy didn't want to lose his spot, leaving his car for so long that it grew with the trees and hung on like some kind of ornament. Or maybe he just forgot where he parked it and it was too late when he found it years later. 9. Wilding. This lucky guy and his friend went on a little hiking trip, and while marveling at the gorgeous view, they stumbled upon the hiking shoe that Reese Witherspoon hurled over a cliff while filming the movie, Wild. Apparently, after filming, the crew went looking for the boot, but couldn't find it and noted it as untraceable. Now if that isn't an amazing find, we don't know what is. We've gone hiking quite a bit in our day and we've never found a prop from a movie, or at least we wouldn't know if we did. Maybe we should find out where movies are filmed so we can scout the area for lost props. 10. A dragon's hideout. If searching for dragons sounds like an appealing adventure, then there's a special place for you in this neck of the woods we'd like to call Dragon's Den, which has no relation to the popular TV show. Instead, this rock silhouette looks exactly like the fire-breathing monsters from our childhood stories. Whoever came upon this one decided to add some teeth and eyes. If you ever happen to go hiking through the woods, you might come across this tranquil escape near a scenic woodland area that is also home to the ruins of this dragon head. Be sure to take a pic. 11. Clover Forest in a bottle. Ever wonder what happens when an empty glass bottle becomes home to a garden of 3-leaf clovers? Welcome to the resilient power of Mother Nature. It's like a mini terrarium, but one that must have been found in Ireland. According to Irish folklore, the number 3 is considered very lucky. And honestly, is there a better way to garner some luck? We don't think so. Most people resort to eating black-eyed peas and pomegranate seeds in the hopes of getting lucky, while others make sure to never walk over a crack on the sidewalk. Finding a jar full of clovers seems like one massive stroke of luck. 12. To the phone booth. Long before modern technology like cameras on our smartphones and the internet was even a thing, there existed telephone booths. We imagine that anyone who came across a stranded telephone booth like this wondered how they could tell the world about the discovery when they knew nobody would believe them. While there are many disadvantages to our modern era, we don't have to find one of these every time we have to make a phone call. It's a good thing we can now carry mobile phones that make it easy to make a call and take a photo if we ever discover one of these in the forest. 13. Stairway to Nowhere. This sweeping staircase to nowhere was found in New Hampshire, and it looks like it could be the remains of Madame Sherry's castle ruins in Chesterfield. According to atlasobscura.com, the castle fell prey to vandals and was destroyed by a fire in 1962, leaving behind only the foundations and a section of the staircase. Locals have reported hearing and seeing strange things in the ruins, which only makes this even more eerie. Eventually, this site was taken over by the Chesterfield Conservation Commission, which added trails around the structure and renamed the forest after Madame Sherry. If you're keen to see this, the castle is near the entrance to the Madame Sherry Forest on Gulf Road. 14. Is that Excalibur? Walking through the woods is like a local reminder that you don't have to travel far to witness historical artifacts like this sword found in Epping Forest, England. If we didn't know any better, we'd probably guess that this must be the legendary sword of King Arthur, Excalibur. Maybe you've heard of it. Traditionally, the sword in the stone is the proof of Arthur's lineage and the sword given to him by a lady of the lake. While we can't say for sure if it is Excalibur, we do think that finding it means you can claim rights to the throne of England now. 15. A strange and rare occurrence. Sometimes, it may seem like nature is having an identity crisis. Usually, forests are brimming with wild and awe-inspiring creatures and plants, like a scurry of squirrels or a cluster of mushrooms, but instead, at the edge of this forest, there seems to be a flock of wild toilets. We can only imagine the people who came across this strange sight must have been scratching their heads and wondering how on earth the toilets got there, and why. Could it be that some crazy artist had a bright idea to set up an exhibition of toilets to shock everyone passing by? As the sun begins to set and we conclude our journey through the mysterious depths of the woods, we're left with more questions than answers. From peculiar artifacts to inexplicable phenomena, the forest holds secrets that may forever remain shrouded in mystery. But amidst the strangeness, one thing becomes clear. Nature is an endless wellspring of wonder and surprises. As we venture deeper into the woods, let's remember to tread lightly, respecting the delicate balance of this ancient realm. So, whether you're a seasoned explorer or simply a curious observer, may your adventures in the woods always be filled with awe, respect, and a sense of wonder for the weirdest things that nature has to offer. Thanks for joining us on this unforgettable journey. Until next time, stay curious, stay adventurous, and keep exploring the unknown.